Welcome to How to Avoid It, where we break down real-world issues to help you navigate life smarter. Today we're tackling a big question: how can the Bahamas secure its future? Relying on tourism alone is like relying on a friend who's always borrowing money. It's fun for a while, but eventually you're left holding the bag. This isn't about blaming any government or political party, this is about solutions. So let's get into it, shall we? The Bahamas relies heavily on tourism. It's like that friend who only eats pizza. Delicious, sure, but not exactly a balanced diet. What happens when a hurricane hits? Or a global pandemic throws a wrench in everyone's travel plans? The economy takes a nosedive. So, what's the solution? Diversification, baby. We need to branch out, explore other options. Think agriculture. The Bahamas has fertile land and a tropical climate, perfect for growing delicious fruits and vegetables. And then there's technology. Investing in tech infrastructure, fostering a digital economy, and maybe, just maybe, getting some decent Wi-Fi in the family islands. The point is, we've got options, people. Let's explore them. Let's be real, living in paradise ain't cheap. Islands are expensive. You've got to ship everything in, which can cost more than the item itself. The high cost of living is a major problem. It's putting a strain on families and making it difficult for young people to get ahead. So what can we do about it? We can explore new trade partnerships and encourage local production. Remember all that talk about agriculture and manufacturing? Not only will that create jobs, but it will also mean more goods are produced right here in the Bahamas, cutting down on those pesky shipping costs. And speaking of costs, let's talk about renewable energy. The sun shines bright in the Bahamas, and yet, we're still relying heavily on expensive, polluting fossil fuels. Harnessing the power of the sun, wind, and waves could drastically reduce our energy bills, leaving more money in the pockets of hard-working Bahamians. Now I know what you're thinking, John. All this diversification talk is great, but what about jobs? What am I supposed to do? Trade in my taxi for a tractor? A diversified economy means a more diverse job market. We need to expand vocational training programs, giving people the skills they need to succeed in industries like technology, renewable energy, and sustainable agriculture. And let's not forget about entrepreneurship. The Bahamas has a long and proud history of entrepreneurial spirit. Imagine a Bahamas where the job market is as diverse and vibrant as our culture. That's the future we need to build. Alright, let's talk about education. A good education is the best investment you can make. Right now, the Bahamas needs a serious educational upgrade. We need to go beyond the basics of reading, writing, and arithmetic, and start teaching practical life skills like financial literacy. We also need to invest heavily in STEM programs. That's science, technology, engineering, and math. These fields are driving innovation globally, and we need to make sure Bahamians are at the forefront of this technological revolution. And finally, we need to support research and development, because investing in research is investing in the future. It's about finding new solutions to old problems, unlocking new possibilities, and ensuring that the Bahamas remains competitive in an ever-changing world. Now let's talk about something that's often overlooked in discussions about economic development social programs. Building a strong economy isn't just about boosting GDP and attracting foreign investment. It's about creating a society where everyone has the opportunity to thrive. Social programs are the foundation of a just and equitable society. They provide a safety net for the most vulnerable among us, ensuring that everyone has access to basic necessities like healthcare, housing, and education. We need to improve access to affordable housing, because no one should have to choose between paying rent and putting food on the table. We need to strengthen our healthcare system, ensuring that everyone has access to quality, affordable care. And we need to provide support for the elderly and those living with disabilities, because everyone deserves to live with dignity and respect. Let's talk about keeping Bahamian wealth in Bahamian hands, because right now too much of that money is leaking out of the country like a leaky bucket. When you spend money at a locally owned business, that money stays in the community. It supports local jobs, pays local taxes, and helps to build a stronger local economy. But when you spend money at a foreign-owned corporation, much of that profit goes right back out of the country. We need to find ways to keep more of our hard-earned money circulating within our own economy. One way to do that is by encouraging local business ownership. We need to make it easier for Bahamians to start and grow their own businesses, providing them with the support and resources they need to succeed. And finally, we need to make sure that government contracts are awarded to Bahamian companies whenever possible. Okay, last but not least, let's talk about infrastructure, because while it might not be the sexiest topic, it's the backbone of a strong economy. We need to invest in modernizing our infrastructure, from our roads and bridges to our airports and seaports. We need to improve our public transportation system because not everyone can afford a car, and even if you can, who wants to spend their life stuck in traffic? And we need to upgrade our utilities, ensuring that everyone has access to reliable electricity, clean water, and high-speed internet. And finally, we need to invest in disaster preparedness, because as we all know, the Bahamas is located in a hurricane zone, and climate change is making these storms more frequent and intense. Investing in disaster preparedness isn't just about protecting lives and property, it's about protecting our economy. That's it for today's episode of How to Avoid It. Let's keep the conversation going. Drop your thoughts in the comments. What changes do you think the Bahamas needs most? What are your hopes and dreams for the future of this nation? If you found this helpful, subscribe and share so more people can be part of the discussion. Until next time, stay cautious, stay informed, and stay empowered.